Hercules, the great Greek hero. He has conquered many things, including the Hydra and the Nemean lion. Can anything top him? Yes. Wolverine. Welcome to the episode of the podcast with me, Ryan Dingle, and your co-host, Jermaine Clover.
Hello.
And we have another special guest today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Mr. Michael Kerei, ladies and gentlemen, and those underneath.
Kia ora, kia ora. Happy to make my podcast debut, finally. Nice.
Your podcast virginity is over.
Oh, yep, the V card's gone, bro. Let's go. Wait, we allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So how have you been, Michael? How was your day today?
Was alright. Class got cancelled, so I decided to work on some lines and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm with these two at the theatre degree at Wintech. So yeah, worked on a bit of lines for our TIE assessment, which I'm happy to talk about soon. And I just had critical methods as before. For those who don't know what that is, you don't need to. Trust me.
Yeah, it depends on who your teacher is, though. To be honest, I feel.
Dr. Bray, motherfucker.
Okay, so one thing that I like to do for like the guests that just come on, sort of thing, I like to ask them about their first taste of nerdom, and this could be from video games or comics, movies, that sort of thing. So what would you say was your first taste of nerdom, Michael? You fucking nerd.
Nerd. Yeah, that's right. We're allowed to use the N-word.
For fuck's sake.
I just grew up with a lot of TV, so cartoons and that Nickelodeon Cartoon Network, that was all my jam.
What, Lodian?
Nickelodeon.
Oh, what you call me?
You're a Nick. I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is.
Anyway, so your first taste of nerdom.
Yeah, I know. We're chopping up heaps of time, aren't we? So, Nickelodeon, basic cartoons. I just grew up with lots of different stuff, but I do think the most notable would be getting into the MCU, as per everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What was your first MCU movie?
I didn't watch Iron Man or Hulk when those first came out. Like I might have seen them on TV. Yeah, definitely like Iron Man 2. Like I remember seeing it pop up on TV2 Saturday nights. But one that I first went to watch in the cinemas, seeing them all on TV or through the USB hard drive thing, bootleg.
Legally, that is a joke.
Yeah,
we watch our movies legally.
For serious, please don't kill me. It's a joke.
But the first MCU one I watched in the cinemas was Avengers. Just seeing the big like flying fucking centipede motherfucker and crash into the building like yo. I remember just fist bumping my brother, just like yo, this is the best movie ever. Let's go.
And then it went downhill from there.
No, it went uphill and then it went down.
Yeah. This phase 4 has not been the greatest writing wise.
Kind of. Writing wise, yeah.
No, my first introduction to the MCU was actually The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, nice.
Not the one before it, which was just called Hulk, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to support that guy because apparently there was controversy. But
I liked the look of the Hulk just because of like it had him as it had him as like jacked as shit with all the veins and shit. It made him look like an actual like terrifying beast, before Thanos, bodied him.
The shit out
yeah,
of
they
him.
needed to establish Thanos as a threat, and so like that's I'm gonna talk about this. I'm sad because I'm sad for the Hulk because the Hulk is like one of my favorite of the original Avengers.
Yeah.
And they use him as like he's really strong, but it's to set up like another villain. So it's like, this villain bodied the Hulk, which means they're really powerful, and like that's what the Hulk's been used for.
No, he got extremely nerfed, but that was because like he was like, I don't know why he was extremely nerfed.
That's funny. Going back to what you said, the comparisons of Edward Norton's Hulk and Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, looking back at the clips of Incredible Hulk, fuck, he looks scary.
Yeah.
He looks fucking scary. And then Mark Ruffalo was fine.
Yeah.
But comparing the two, nah. And especially if you look at the photos of Abomination and SheHulk, it's just like, oh my.
I still haven't seen episode 2.
I haven't seen SheHulk. I do like that they went with the more comic book version for Abomination.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But like, I still have my gripes with She-Hulk. But, yeah.
But the fucking, I'm just gonna say, like, I mean, Abomination in the Incredible Hulk, he was ugly, man. He was so ugly.
In the Incredible Hulk, but like at the same time, it was menacing.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
really
it was like meant to be the point, but like at the same time, he kind of looked like if Voldemort took the Titan serum that made the Joker.
Okay, yeah. There's a good point with that.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of She-Hulk because I was watching it with Destiny.
Yeah.
Our friend Des. And yeah, I mean, we saw the first scene of her becoming She-Hulk, and we researched the background. It's like, that's a lame backstory. And yeah, they changed it because it was a lot more dramatic the way she became.
Wasn't it that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, because you did do the research, wasn't it like that she literally got into like similar accident and then it was like a blood donation from Bruce?
She got shot by a mob boss, actually. And then Hulk had to do the emergency blood transfusion. So I researched why they changed it because we thought the way that they did it in the show, no spoilers, was a bit lame.
Yeah, spoiler warning.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't lackluster, but like they still kept it similar because the blood transition, so they didn't change that, which was good.
Yeah, so we were just like, because obviously it's a more traumatic way of her getting hurt, and it was because it didn't fit with the comedic style that the show was going for.
Which is like comedic?
Comedic question mark. When they use the song by Lotto in the trailer, I'm just like, you could have picked a better song.
No, it's more like, it's such a, I'm so... Oh god, this is definitely gonna paint me as one of those guys in podcasts.
You don't like women in shows. Admit it.
Fuck no. No. That's not an issue.
Just fuck no. I don't like women.
No. Like it's the writing was like, oh my god. So basically, like the writing is great to a certain demographic. And this is what I believe. I don't think that it's bad. I just think I'm not the target audience. But the writing definitely feels like it was written, and I hate that I got this right. And I mean this in the least offensive way possible.
Yeah.
But when I saw the writing, I watched it with my mate, and I was like, this writing feels like it was either A, written by a white lady who is in their late 30s, or B, a white man who is having a midlife crisis.
So it's a CW show.
I haven't seen the CW show, but I was right because I did.
Is it like sort of the same sort of thing as like how I'm imagining it's like Ray's character in like the
no, not in terms of that. It's in terms of like the comedy and the writing. Have any of you guys seen Bridesmaids?
I've seen a little bit of it, and yeah, it's a typical rom-com type of
That's
show.
exactly what the jokes felt like in the first episode.
Just rom-com.
Like there was this joke, and it was basically like She-Hulk walks into the bathroom and she looks like really horrible because like she just hulked out, and she's in a bathroom, and these like group of like lovely ladies walk in, and the
oh my god, let's get you a makeover.
The first thing that they say was, "Whoever did that to you, you don't need them, or you don't need him or her or them." And I was like, that's funny, but at the same time, that is a joke you would find in a 2001 film written by Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
And it's like the jokes were, some jokes did hit, which was great, but like some jokes felt like I was watching a old 2000s movie.
So somewhat of like a Judd Apatow type film.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his are a bit. Yeah, it was a rom-com, but it had a bit of more personality and edge to his jokes. Where Amy Schumer, I find none of her jokes funny, bro.
Well, it's okay. That was a bad example. Amy Schumer, bad example because Amy Schumer's not funny.
Yes, I'm happy.
But it was like it's more like a an Amy Poehler joke from the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a good joke, but like it's literally like finding a fucking Friends joke in a 2022 film. Like it's good, but it hasn't been funny since that time.
Like a Chandler Bing sarcasm sort of thing.
Exactly. It's like you found that in a MCU show, and you're like, that's so out of place, and like it's not that funny anymore.
Like because it works in those films, but when you try and put them into this one, it's like there's no personality.
It kind of felt old, but like I still loved the movie. The series was still very well made. like there were some gripes with it, like how they literally just introduced the first. This is a spoiler. Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
But basically, like they introduced a big bad in the first big bad, Titania, and like 5 seconds. 5 seconds she's in, and then she's knocked out and incapacitated. The rest of the film had a giant fight scene between Hulk and SheHulk. And it was an all right fight scene. It wasn't bad, but like it was all right. And then Titania comes in, an actual villain that SheHulk should fight, and it was 5 seconds tops.
Oh, yeah, like wanting to go back to. Oh, first we'll bring up like the Titanium because it kind of had a resemblance of when Hulk got he got jobbed out to bloody Thanos at the start of Infinity War.
Yeah,
actually, no, yeah, that's exactly. Except it wasn't as captivating, and like where Hulk got jobbed out by Thanos, like everyone was like, oh shit, that's like cool. But yeah, basically Hulk runs in, gets his ass kicked, and then gets sent out. That's exactly what happened to Titania, except it was extremely boring and had no impact.
Yeah, because there are ways of doing that instead of like jobbing out your guy. You could have him like fight for a lot longer than bloody 20 seconds or whatever the fight was, and just like there'll obviously be struggles there, and then have Thanos beat him up because at least there was some build to it.
Yeah,
I'd feel like it would be more like I'd feel like it would have been better. I guess if during like the fight scene between Hulk and Thanos, like if Thanos used the Power Stone to like incapacitate the Hulk.
Yeah, that was cool. That showed his actual strength. He didn't need a stone to take out Hulk.
Yeah,
he just needed his real fucking strength.
Yeah, but like I kind of had a problem with that because like later on in the like this is going to like the next Avengers movie, like he needed the Power Stone in order to deal with Captain Marvel, and it was just like, oh, it's just so how powerful Captain Marvel is, but it's like Captain Marvel would get bodied by the Hulk. Just like
another mirror.
As much as I don't like Captain Marvel, I don't like the movie Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely think that Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, could still take the Hulk. No sweat.
Oh yeah, in the movies, like absolutely. That's
but even in the comics as well. Captain Marvel in the comic. Okay, certain comics.
Maybe a standstill in the comics, but movies definitely that they were building up. Yeah.
Dude, I would have believed it more if instead of Captain Marvel that he had to use the Power Stone for, it would have been Squirrel Girl. That's actually.
I hope because we don't have the rest of Phase 4. I do hope that like either a series or a movie.
Maybe What If?
No. This isn't a What If.
I want Squirrel Girl in MCU.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl is no, by herself.
Yeah.
It's so.
Squirrel Girl is actually one of the most powerful. She turned Loki over a new leaf, kicked Thanos' ass, and like she even stood toe to toe with Null in the what is that new comic run that they were doing? I don't know if it's still going.
Was it the Thor one?
No. It was the Symbiote King one.
The Black King.
Yeah, the Black King. The Black King run. Yeah. She still stood toe to toe with Null as well. Yeah. She's fucking crazy. And like I'm not gonna lie, if she gets into the MCU, I'll be happy because she'll definitely bring a new flavor. Same with the comics. She definitely can bring a new flavor into the MCU.
Okay. I don't. Like, hear me out on this. I feel like Angelina Jolie would have been better as Squirrel Girl than she was as the Eternal.
I'm gonna ask before I say no. Be like, no, you're wrong. Please tell me, why do you think that?
Well, I'm just thinking more of like, I'm using like other movies as like examples sort of thing. I've seen her as Lara Croft, and I've seen her in the first Wanted movie. It's the only Wanted movie. It got a sequel in the game. The sequel was terrible. But it, like her characters in like both of those sort of things, they were.
Okay, and that's understandable.
And it's got like that temperament of like, yeah, she's like a badass sort of thing, but like she's also got that like that loving side. It's like the tigress sort of character, I feel.
Okay, understandable. Yeah, but at the same time, I get what you mean, and that would be I'd agree with you if Angelina Jolie wasn't the age she is now. But I get what you mean. If it was a younger Angelina Jolie, definitely.
Yeah.
What I like with She-Hulk is that they got an older actress. Because that's what what's her name? Sorry, I forget what her real name is.
Are you talking about the actor or
She-Hulk's character?
Jennifer?
Yeah, Jennifer. Yeah, that they made her like a 40-something, and I'm glad that movies are actually doing that instead of just getting someone younger.
Well, I mean, yeah, like she's supposed to be the cousin to Bruce Banner,
Yeah.
so like if they're not the sort of same age, then what even?
Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah,
Squirrel Girl definitely should be. If they can't get like a younger actress, I don't know how they're going to do it. Whether it be like through all of it just being CGI or maybe partly costume. But I was thinking if they just went with all CGI, like the Rocket Raccoon route.
No. Squirrel Girl is like they're human.
Okay,
They've got like a human body and like everything. They just have like a squirrel tail. I think.
Sometimes ears.
Sometimes it's ears.
Because I had a really good casting. Like if it was all CGI, like Rocket Raccoon, sort of like I would picture Tara Strong like as Squirrel Girl.
As the voice, maybe.
Yeah, the voice. Physically, I don't know which. I don't know if she can physically. No.
No. Yeah, because she's very.
Okay,
human.
you might be able to help. It. What's the one female wrestler that a lot of people simp over?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea
Ripley. I feel like maybe Rhea Ripley.
She's like
actually,
looking at her promos, she her comedy is her quality is just mocking Simpson. That so I haven't really seen much of her comedic elements and her lightheartedness.
But like look wise, I get what you mean.
Look.
She can definitely somewhat.
She's a bloody Amazon.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
She's a bloody Aussie. That's what she is.
Exactly.
So like the topic for today that I'm thinking that I talked to you a little bit about this. This is like movies and like the movies that if you took them out of their like universe or that sort of thing would make no difference to the cinematic universe as a whole. And like this one is for me especially because I haven't seen the movie, but it has made no difference to me whatsoever. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because just.
Yeah,
I feel like there's just maybe a few things that would feel a bit out of place, like an Endgame, but other than that, yeah, you're probably right. I was thinking more Black Widow.
No, that's a different thing.
Because it's a prequel.
But it sets up Thunderbirds because of
Thunderbolts,
Helena. Thunderbolts. Thunderbirds. Fucking hell.
No, I get you. But in terms of Captain Marvel, I did find out like I haven't seen it either, but I do know that the one thing that I think they are working towards, right? So right now, currently, most people who haven't seen Captain Marvel and have watched the rest of the Avengers series, they see no difference. However, one thing that I think they are setting up for that Captain Marvel did introduce was Skrulls, and what not a lot of people realize is one of the biggest wars, which actually is a part of the Secret Wars, is the
Skrulls.
it's the Kree-Skrull War, or at some point I think it was the Skrull Avengers War.
I don't know. I feel like Skrulls were kind of introduced with like Ronan the Accuser. Because like
they were hinted, but they weren't in it.
But if you hint at it, sort of like it was hinted at, and it's like that could like be like a thing in the that could be brought up sort of thing.
So it's kind of like
you don't necessarily need.
Yeah, but
Captain Marvel for that.
They bring up Miles, and he's still not in the MCU.
Yeah,
I don't think I would want the Skrulls.
What the fuck is Sony doing? But like what you mentioned, it's kind of like with Namor, how he got like somewhat of a passing mention in Endgame. I
remember that. That was sick. I mean, in Endgame, when I heard like Namor was being referenced, I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Namor's gonna go. Wait, no, actually no. Come to think about it, that actually makes sense. Like for what
they're gonna do with
Wakanda Forever, because they're gonna probably do like the what happened in between sort of thing because they needed explanation for Chadwick Boseman's character not being there anymore, and if he's been blipped. And like his sister and stuff is still there, and like that'll explain it. And then,
but he was there in the Endgame scene.
He was. No, this is talking about in between what happened in Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh right.
Oh yeah. I mean, imagine if Wakanda Forever was actually a prequel to like what happened while Chadwick Boseman while Black Panther was blipped.
Yeah. That would actually make that would be a reason.
Mad.
No, I mean they wouldn't have to kill off the character off screen as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what. But
then like you'd have to think about what's going to happen at the end of the movie when we can't bring him back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you'd think about. And I was thinking about it when when I watched this girl named. Do you watch Beyond the Trailer?
No.
I've heard of them. I just haven't watched it,
Grace Randolph. So she'll talk about like movie reviews and that and stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and like she was always talking about what's going to happen with Wakanda Forever. How would they were thinking of bringing Killmonger back to life, but judging by Chadwick's death, that's just very bad taste.
Yes, but also because Killmonger. I have a friend who really loved. He did a lot of research Black Panther. He really loved it, and one of his biggest gripes was that they killed Killmonger because Killmonger actually apparently was supposed to, is actually a very pivotal part of Black Panther's friends in the comic books, and the fact that they killed him, he was really pissed off about that. I wouldn't be mad at it because I love Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger because it's very good, but at the same time,
the way that they could bring him back though is like because they're sitting at. Because of like the multiverse sort of thing, like that's a way that they could bring him back, sort of thing. But like it's like an alternate version of him, but it's not denying the fact that Killmonger is dead. Right.
I think I'm just sick of like the MCU. They don't do it as much anymore. When they kill off a character and they just bring them right back. Agent Coulson, who weirdly wasn't in the MCU for ages.
That was different. I love that because Agent Coulson, the reason why he died and then came back, he came back as I didn't get to that part. I didn't really care about Agent Shield, but Agent Coulson was supposed to set like the series, the MCU series world.
His sacrifice.
Yeah. That's why. That's why you can do that in the series. In the movies, they're dead.
Yeah, I'm very excited because when the announcement for all the MCU movies, I wasn't excited for all of them. The ones I was excited for was Fantastic Four.
Same.
Blade, of course, love to see what Mahershala Ali does.
Yes.
And rumored Anthony Starr might be in it. Who knows? And
as like the main vampire.
As Dracula. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, New Zealand represent.
And Fantastic Four. I believe they'll get it right this time.
Okay.
Is it literally that? Like, because he believes you believe they're going to get it right. I'm optimistic but scared.
It won't be perfect. It'll be like.
Is this for
Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic.
Okay. Okay, don't talk about one. Like here's the thing about Fantastic Four. They've had some all right ones. Like the first one was all right. Like
it's 2000s comedy, but it's still
No, I actually loved Chris Evans as Johnny Blaze. He was so good. It was great. And then the second one was a bit
the Silver Surfer one.
The Silver Surfer one. That was a bit meh. And like Galactus being a fucking cloud for some reason.
Bullshit.
I rewatched it. He did. Everyone thinks that Galactus got the fucking cloud butthole treatment from Green Lantern. It's not the case. Actually, the coolest thing that I ever really noticed was that his shadow was Galactus. And actually, if you go when he goes into the thing, you can actually like kind of see that it actually kind of makes out Galactus. He's covered behind the clouds. So he didn't get the treatment of being a cloud. He just got the treatment of looking like one.
Okay.
Because it's too much work to CGI big ass motherfucker.
Lord. It's like Pennywise's balloons. It's like it's an eerie visual to set up what was actually being, but then we didn't actually see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, like thinking about Anthony Starr because like he's so good as Homelander.
Yes, he is.
I think this is like him being the Dracula sort of thing is like pretty cool. I thought I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this. Imagine him as Victor Von Doom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
As a big fan of the Fantastic Four, I would not be opposed, but that's probably because Anthony Starr looks a lot like the guy who played Doctor Doom in the original two movies.
He was an Aussie.
Yeah. Hey, even better.
Yeah.
Let's keep this pen going. Let's get Aussies, New Zealanders to be Doctor Doom every single fucking time.
I feel like Anthony, I don't watch, I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen a lot of the boys on YouTube and that he is fucking tremendous.
He's really
Homelander.
Good. Yeah.
He's one of those actors who's just going to get fan casted as everything. With Disney princesses, it's going to be Dove Cameron. But with him, it's like, I can see him as Dracula. I feel like he won't get cast because I feel like MCU has a certain way of casting people, and some people say he'll be good as Reverse Flash.
I also agree with that.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, I
he
can-
does because it's because he's really good at playing the villain, but not like just the villain. He's always
Yeah.
he's played through Homelander. I don't know about his other works, but through Homelander, he's really good at playing the villain who thinks that they're right.
That's why I suggested Victor Von Doom. Yeah,
because Doom is exactly that.
Yeah,
he's a villain who thinks that he's in the right.
Well, I mean, technically he is, but he's going about it like the villainistic way.
No, not technically, canonically.
Yeah, no, like there was the Panther God. Like this is going into Black Panther. Like he believes that the only way that human life
Will thrive.
will thrive. Yeah, is if he takes over the world. And the Panther God is like, yeah, you're right, you're fucking right.
No, the Panther God has seen into every single reality, and the only reality where the human race was safe was when they were under Doom's rule.
Yeah,
How many do they win?
Yeah.
Look up.
Yeah. But like, yeah, like he does like, and like in the comics, and he becomes God Doom, and like it's
God
like
Emperor Doom.
God Emperor Doom. Yeah, and it actually happens. Like he's like the savior of everything, and like Doctor Strange is the only one that remembers what had happened before and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like siding with Doctor Doom and making sure that
Things go well.
Yeah, and then Reed Richards fucks it up.
Oh yeah.
no,
hey, this is Black Bolt.
What?
This is Black Bolt. He has a superpower. He's the smartest man alive. Though.
No. Reed
Reed
Richards
is horrible.
He's a terrible person.
He's the worst. He is. And it's, oh my God. So I recently did research into the Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Reed Richards is horrible, but also like they don't look into how, not boring and not mundane, but like also how equally horrible the Fantastic Four is. For example, Sue Storm is openly practices adultery.
Yeah.
She has this weird conflicting thing between Namor and Mr. Fantastic. And at one point it was someone else, which I forgot. And she had like a problem with that. But then that got shoved under like the fucking bridge. And she was like, oh yeah, no. But she's like literally, the comics still today, she's still stuck choosing between Namor and Reed. And Reed is just an asshole.
Hey, how about you just go with the one you married?
Well, no,
they're not married. Like
not anymore.
damn
They in and out of divorce.
Yeah.
You know who is married though? Alicia and fucking The Thing. And
Yeah.
they are
yeah,
literally
yeah.
the best relationship in that entire four people group.
Yeah, no doubt.
Probably because no, I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, no. The Thing got Frankenstein treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like no, like freaking Reed Richards, fucking hell, is he beats his kid like that sort of level of
he
terrible.
beat up Universe. He beat up Infinity. Whatever his name is.
He beats his kid.
He also killed his kid.
Yeah, he
before
beats-
he even was able to conceive.
Yeah, I mean he beats Sue Storm as sometimes as
Yes,
well.
he
Yeah.
is. He is a wife beater, and it's
Yeah.
like and like you sit there, right? And I did just talk about how Sue Storm has an adultery problem.
Yeah.
but at the same time, they literally give you that thing. So like you're sitting there just like, yeah, adultery is horrible, but at the same time, Reed Richards is like really unhealthy.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, like the MCU was probably gonna steer away from that because it's
I mean,
not pretty.
Even the boys fucking had to tone things down for their show.
Well, that's because, and I figured this out because I did read a synopsis of the comics and the good old, what the fuck is it called? The Comic Storian?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the Comic Storian's version of The Boys, got a brief breakdown, and like, what people say is right.
The show's better.
The show is way better.
Yeah.
Half of the stuff in the comics, they did not need.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad that they like threw, not Silver Sable, who was it? Silver Kincaid.
Oh, yeah,
Silver
yeah.
Kincaid as a cameo.
Yeah.
Because, it was good. It was really good that they did that, but I was still like sad because that storyline with Silver Kincaid, she's fucked.
She's Jean Grey, like the opposite of Jean Grey, right? For those who haven't read.
In the comics, yes, she is Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And she but that arc is fucked. But
Yeah.
also like it's interesting. It is horrible and disgusting, and I'm glad that they didn't go with
Yeah.
it until we found out what they're doing season 4. But like at the same time, Oh fuck!
For those who don't know, actually the bros are probably better explaining it. So there is like an X-Men parody of in the boys comics, and please explain, Jermaine.
So basically, I forgot what their name is, but it's literally the joke
A-Force or
the
something.
A-Force. That was it. Yeah. So the X-Men and the A-Force. So basically, long story short, without getting into detail, do you remember that scene in Deadpool 2 where they find Julian Dennison? And they ask him, "Why are you destroying this place?"
Oh yeah.
Now imagine that the person that Deadpool shot was the Professor Xavier.
What?
Yeah.
Yep. All of them.
And without
What?
getting into too much detail, because it is that fucked, that's all I'm going to give you. That's basically how that arc went, and it's fucked.
Yeah, and the ending of it, it's like without spoiling it, Vought did something. It probably wasn't the right thing to do. But
Vought never does the right thing.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Vought.
okay, as a Vought advocate, they made that YouTube channel and they produced the greatest music video known to man.
Like
Is that the A-Train one?
Flying at the speed of light.
Fucking dude. Speaking of like A-Train though, like a couple of things. One, the Kylie Jenner like parody.
Yes,
The one where it's just like
that was beautiful.
Yeah, that, and also going back to the comics, Huey killing off A-Train in the comics.
I've seen those experts.
It's really interesting how they kept him around.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad that they kept him around because like
The actor's amazing. That's why.
oh yeah, like but I
kind of wish they made him Scottish, like in the comics.
A-Train.
No, Huey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, love the person who plays Huey. Though.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good. Carl Urban as well. He's
Oh yeah. New Zealand represent.
oh, I can't.
I love him. He's
Yeah.
amazing, and he even he came back as Mr. Whitaker.
Yeah,
which is like very like polarizing sort of thing. It's like
We're used to him saying, "Oh, it can't."
I love the joke though in the ad. Was that's Mr. Whitaker? No, famous actor Carl Urban.
No, that's Mr. Whitaker.
That's Mr. Whitaker.
When I saw, when I first saw that ad, I'm just like, when I saw him pull up in that rocket ship, like, hey yo,
dude, I just find it funny if like if they were to do this in the boys, like they make like a chocolate sort of thing for Billy Butcher to like sort of
calm down,
dude,
have a Snickers.
you know, no, he's just like. It's like he's like cherry stuff, and it's like, here, have some of my chocolate, cunt.
It works.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but going back to what we said about A-Force, they are setting up a prequel series similar to what they did with Diabolical. Might not be animated. I think it's live action, where they're going to the school of where A-Force is set, and I'm pretty sure they've kept out. Those problematic elements.
I mean, it was interesting to see, but like the main point of that arc was the problematic issue, and it made sense. But at the same time, it was like heavy thing. It's basically like,
I
would
believe,
you take your kid to this secluded Sunday school?
I believe that, it's very something because there's a lot of serious subject matter in that storyline. There is probably a way of doing it because what they've done with the comics so far, they've definitely toned back elements really well. But from what I've heard, because Seth Rogen is once again producing it, they're making it more like they're making it like one of his old 2000s comedy movies, and I'm like, it's just Monsters University, isn't it?
Going back to topic, guys. I mean, I said Captain Marvel sort of thing would be like if you take it out, it wouldn't make too much of a difference, and like both of you might have disagreed, but like anyway, what would you say, Jermaine?
I can't remember. I feel like I did have one, but like I can't.
I honestly
can't
just
think
like.
of one.
Oh, go on.
I don't like the movie. It's just no. It's not because I'm a woman hater.
No.
It's just not a good movie. It's just not written really well.
I don't know. It's like Captain Marvel and Ray. Like this is like for me. So Captain Marvel and Ray are Mary Sue's, and it's a problem because like it's like not
fair.
It's like their characters are more like it's like, oh, we want female representation, and it's like, yeah, that's fair enough. Like you get female representation, just allow them to struggle.
Yeah,
give them the leg room to like struggle with their new stuff because from what I have heard from people talking about Captain Marvel, she doesn't struggle at all when it comes to learning her powers.
And then she becomes fucking Superman. Someone so boring and OP.
She becomes the other Captain Marvel, otherwise known as Shazam, but without the
comedy and personality.
Yeah, no, that's like a thing too. It was like originally Shazam's name was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah, but Marvel copped it because their company name was Marvel.
Yeah,
and there
but
was
like-
a giant dispute about it.
No, but like, yeah.
And Batman and Mortal Kombat versus DC.
He's still Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because they didn't stop it, I think, until 2011 or 2017.
So what you were saying, it's like, make them struggle. Look at James Cameron's films. He always has like a female in the lead, and they do go through struggles. So we thought someone walked in. His movies aren't always perfect, but there is still like struggle with them.
If you want to look at like a strong female character, Princess Leia, she's like
that's true.
Yeah, like I mean, like it's in the same fucking franchise as well. It's like you look to Princess Leia, she had her struggles. Like she's not a Mary Sue because like I mean like she doesn't use the Force within that trilogy. Yeah, but like
she can fly though.
She's also dead. R.I.P. But like she's like she has ingenuity and like she has like a she's not using her powers to be like powerful sort of thing like or anything. She's using like her brains and like her
tactics.
Her tactics, and like she still has her struggles because like she's captured by Darth Vader and you know her planet is blowing the fuck up.
Well, yeah. And like it's not like Wanda is another example. She goes through a fucking hell.
After years of bad writing,
multiple times. In the first Avengers: Age of Ultron, that's still a struggle, and she still comes out on top, stronger.
Yeah.
Same with like Civil War. She doesn't really struggle, but like she's still like she's still struggling because she just fucking killed someone.
Yeah.
And then like even in WandaVision. And Doctor Strange,
or
she's
Captain America: Civil War as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
But also like Jean Grey is another one that's like,
yes.
because like her psychic powers like getting
which
out
have
of
been
hand.
moved to Riverdale.
Yeah, her psychic powers are like getting out of hand sort of thing. I mean, I'm talking about X-Men, X-Men 2, and then X-Men: The Last Stand.
And they still don't know how to write a character. Despite all that trauma and good stuff you could use for like a great character, they just fucking
Dark Fate, like that new trilogy doesn't know how to work with Jean Grey. I feel
doesn't know how to do anything well.
No, but what I was more meaning before we went on this tangent, what movie do you think that you could like take out and it wouldn't make a difference to like their?
Now that you I would just say a few. No, I'm not going to go down the whole list, but like definitely what I said before with Black Widow. That's kind of cheating because it's a prequel. You are right about Captain Marvel, despite a few scenes. I would say Ant-Man as well, but no.
No, I'd argue that Ant-Man is pretty integral.
Okay,
I feel.
Yeah. In the MCU,
especially Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's
Especially
sort of
the new Quantumania.
like the ending of Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of sets up like the beginning of Endgame. So like you can't.
I didn't.
I guess.
But like it like goes through like spoilers for the way. It's like they get snapped away before he's able to.
I heard about that one. Yeah.
I guess you could count the Incredible Hulk as well, man, because Edward Norton's not there, and none of that story kind of translated to the rest of the MCU until She-Hulk.
I do got one. Eternals, which I did watch.
Oh, no one gives a shit about Eternals.
No, the thing is, like, I think did I discuss this on an earlier podcast?
I think maybe, but like maybe discuss it for Michael.
So basically, like, so the Eternals, like, they not like it's not,
I know the basic story of it, but yeah.
But like, what people like, so I did when I watched it because I was fucking bored out of my mind. Like, I decided to be like, okay, let's actually look at what we would have missed if we hadn't watched Eternals, and so I boiled it down. So basically, they introduce cosmic powers, cosmic ray, and cosmic entities, which means that the Fantastic Four, they don't need to change their powers like they did in Fanfortis, whatever the fuck that was.
Fanfortist.
Autistic, bro.
Fantastic. Yeah. But basically, so the Fantastic Four, they don't need to change their powers. They can still get it from the cosmic ray. But it also means that the cosmic powers, such as Galactus and Silver Surfer, are there. They're in the MCU. MCU.
There's
which
still
is
got-
like the power cosmic.
the Power Cosmic. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they were going to come. Like Galactus was going to come into the MCU, like regardless.
Y'all remember
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Aunt May got the power cosmic? He gave the Galactus a giant Twinkie.
Oh my god!
But like so, basically, yeah, the Eternals it brings in the cosmic powers. What it also brings in as well is the Dr. Whitman, who is I think he's the Black Knight, if I remember correctly, something Knight. But basically, he's very pivotal to the Thunderbolts because he's this guy who is like a time traveling medieval knight with the ebony blade, which is cursed, and basically he uses the Thunderbolts to get into the Avengers. So basically, he poses as the enemy to help the Avengers.
Yeah, Wolf and
But
Ship's
like
clothing, yeah.
the difference is like the Avengers don't know that he's helping them. They're just like, oh, you're evil. And he's like, oh no, I just wanted to talk to my favorite friend, Captain America. What does this sword do, basically? So it brings in Dr. Whitman, but it also means as well, if you watch the end of the Eternals, it also brings in Blade because the last line
there
was
was a
it-
teaser for Blade.
yeah, no, there was. It was I never know how to say his name. What is it?
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali. His voice, he's credited in the credits, and he also basically says to Dr. Whitman, as Dr. Whitman basically goes to grab the ebony blade, and which is a bad thing if you know about the ebony blade because it's cursed. And all you hear is off stage someone say, are you sure you want to do this, Dr. Whitman?
I was born ready, motherfucker.
And then it just cuts. And everyone was like, cool. Which means you will see the Ebony Blade, the Dark Knight, and Dr. Whitman in Blade.
Tell me about the ebony blade. Funny, we're talking about like cursed blade. It's not like what's
It's
it called?
not the Necro Sword. No.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it's not
no,
that,
no,
but
no.
it doesn't have similarities to that.
No.
No, it's just like it's a very powerful sword with a very, not the Necro Sword, because the Necro Sword whispers and it's like an all-powerful thing to tell you kill.
It's a symbiote.
It
right.
would have been
If they didn't
Sony
fucking destroy
had the
it.
rights.
Yeah,
But
Tom Hardy was in.
Oh yeah,
the
no.
third one
Venom
for
gave
about 30
birth.
seconds.
Venom gave birth. The Venom is coming in. We don't know about Null, but
Because some of the symbiote was left behind.
no, because Venom gave birth.
Yeah.
A symbiote can only leave itself behind a crime scene if it's giving birth.
Yeah, it's
Such as Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage, Scream.
Yeah, all that. But basically, the Ebony Blade is. I remember one thing when I researched it. The blade that Valkyrie uses.
Oh yeah.
Was supposed to be the Ebony Blade. Because one of the wielders besides the Dark Knight was Valkyrie. And
Yeah.
Valkyrie wrecked shit. But the difference between her and Dr. Whitman was that she wasn't tainted by his evil powers. She just fucking wrecked house. And afterwards she was like, here you go, Dr. Whitman.
We've been kind of talking about like Thor 4, like with the sword and with Valkyrie. Did you guys watch?
I liked it. I liked it.
It had enjoyable moments. I
yeah.
think my only issue with it was it was a lot of people have said the same thing. It was just one long joke. There was no serious tense moments where you thought like the main character's in danger, or like when they were in danger you didn't really think like it's a big deal.
I will say though that it did introduce Zeus and Hercules, which
is fucking cool.
Yeah,
My boy.
Oh,
yeah,
spoiler warning! Spoiler warning!
It's not a spoiler. Fucking
It's an after credits, so
Zeus is in the fucking trailer.
no, but Hercules.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah, fuck it. If you got spoiled, you got spoiled.
Yeah, it's whatever. No, but like speaking of Hercules, that's I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning. In the future, and like there's a future comic thing where there was like all the X-Men and that sort of thing, and there's a Wolverine that goes by a different name, and the metal that adamantium he doesn't have. He has adamantine, which is stronger and is the metal of the gods, and it is given to him by his boyfriend Hercules.
All right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
Hercules is Greek.
Yeah, and like for some reason Zeus doesn't like it, even though he's Greek too. And so he sends them both.
Everyone.
He sends-
Wait, hold up. Sorry, I don't mean to like shit you,
So,
but like
Greeks fuck
wait,
everyone.
Wait. Zeus is homophobic in.
Oh yeah!
What
yeah!
the fuck?
No! Listen, he sends them both down to hell because
they're gay.
Yeah, I think it's either because they're gay or because he doesn't like the relationship that they're having because he doesn't.
the long line of
it's like-
Canadians versus Greeks. They just
it's
hate
like,
it.
yeah, no, but like it's like either he's homophobic or he doesn't like Wolverine, and so he sends them both down to hell for some reason. I don't know, but they fight their way out of hell, and make out during the majority of it. It's beautiful.
Imagine being a demon. You're like getting the shit pounded
I
out of you.
wouldn't like try and worry about what goes on in Zeus's head, considering like how he treats women and the horrible things he's done.
And the people and things he's fucked.
And the people he's fucked as things.
Exactly.
The ERB.
I can't believe that. Okay, honey, I'm gonna go down and act as a swan to fuck this innocent young lady. My son's gay?
What the hell? Who could have thought that? This twisted little mind. But going with Zeus. Okay, yeah. I mean, we've already spoiled enough of the film. I kind of wish they would have kept Zeus dead, because that was like a really cool moment of him chucking the thunderbolt at Thor.
Well, that's the thing. Gods can't die unless they die. Like Odin died of his own volition.
Like Kratos.
Yeah.
Kratos isn't in the fucking MCU.
Kratos didn't even die either. He's fucking still alive.
Yeah.
So like it fucking.
This was a great job. Thank you, Santa Monica Studios.
Yeah.
It is.
Can't wait for the
it
next
is Santa
one,
Monica, right?
Yeah. Can't wait for the next one. Yeah.
I can't. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking cool.
Actually, no. I feel like there's gonna be like an even bigger threat sort of thing, like in Thor 5. Like
hopefully they don't make because Thor 3 Thor 3 is still the best. Thor 4 it just had like problems with writing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Felt like I was watching.
Here's what I'm thinking. This is like my prediction for Thor 5 before it's even conceived. And you can and if I'm right, you could quote me on this.
Wrong.
Shut up. If I'm right, you could come back to this episode and say you were right. If you could comment. I feel like Thor 5's main villain is going to be Null.
Dear God.
Like, but think about it though, because
I would cry.
Because no, like
Remind me who Null is again.
Null is
the symbiote king.
He's
never mind.
Yeah, he's like the one who created symbiotes in the first place, and the Necro Sword is a symbiote. And it's like, yeah, the Necro Sword has been broken, but like as it's been shown, as it was like shown in the movie, it can reform itself together with the will of the user. Right. And like Gore the God Butcher is like no more.
Yeah, but
Null is still a thing, and Null could reforge the sword.
Right.
And like that, and like they're having, and like I can see like Thor and Hercules having their big debacle sort of thing, and like Zeus maybe getting involved, and like that, and like the way that they introduce him is him using the Necro Sword and killing Zeus.
No, but that's, okay. I love the concept. And I love that idea, but at the same time, what you're describing is Batman v Superman.
No, I'm not describing Batman v Superman. No, I'm not. But like they like.
King Kong and Godzilla, Batman and Superman, and now Hercules and Thor. I understand what you're saying, and it would be really cool if they do it right.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, yeah, that. And it's like, yeah, it wouldn't necessarily make sense because they're gonna like make Kang the Conqueror sort of thing. But like, like as a,
well, I told you about that, but continue. What you're saying.
But like that's like it's like if they're gonna go down the road of making someone a bigger threat by killing someone else or like beating up or killing someone else off. Imagine the fucking power play that would be
Hercules killing Zeus.
No. Like I mean like Zeus being killed by Null and then Null getting killed by Kang.
In 10 seconds, like Hulk.
Actually, I actually talk about that because a lot of people haven't realized this, and I've noticed with a bunch of how people are very mad about how the phase is going, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time. Kang isn't the main villain of this fucking
He's obviously a placeholder, yeah.
He is the Ultron of this phase, and people are thinking that everyone thinks that like Kang's like the big, like Kang's supposed to be the Thanos, because the reason why, and I found this out, everyone always sits there and they're like, oh, this feels like every show feels like a side quest, every like, oh, Kang's the big bad. Wrong. Everything feels like a side quest because you forgot phase 1 of the very original MCU, where they just shout out Iron Man, Captain America, and and Thor, all the first movies. No one had a problem with that. Everyone was like, oh yeah, we know these characters and it's interesting to see them. And then when the Avengers came by, everyone was happy. They're doing the exact same thing with this phase. Everyone just thinks that they're not. Everyone thinks like, oh, why do we need new characters? So that they can show you what the fuck these guys are. After this phase, after Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, after that, they can finally shit out they can shit out the Captain America Civil War, they can shit out the Iron Man 3, they can shit out the, like, all that other cool shit. But, like, Kang isn't the big bad.
It'll be like Loki. They'll be there.
All right. If Kang isn't the big bad, who would you say is?
See, that's the problem. No. I wish, but no. They're definitely going to, like, nip it in the bud that Doom's going to stop being a villain very fast. But, like, if that's the case, it's not who it is, because we don't get to know. Like how we didn't get to figure out Thanos until after the first Avengers movie or second Avengers movie?
First. I mean, both, because like he was teased in the first Avengers movie.
Teased heavily in the second.
He was teased in the first Avengers movie, and then they made the reveal in the second Avengers movie, or one or the other, when he gets the gauntlet.
Yeah.
But like you don't know. It's not a matter of who is, but who I wish and who I fucking hope. Galactus.
Galactus will be at the when there's like a phase 30 or whatever. He'll definitely be the last villain.
No, he needs to come in now, because after Thanos, I think one of the biggest villains next to Thanos that could work as the second villain if they're going to keep doing this as like a continual thing. I think the next big villain after Thanos has to be Galactus.
Oh no, absolutely. They'll save him for last. But people were thinking like Mephisto was going to be.
Everyone's eating.
But like some countries didn't agree with having Mephisto, because he's, for those who don't know, he's like Marvel's version of the devil.
He is the devil.
Except not entirely. There is the one below all.
Yeah.
Which is like in the comics, that's where the Hulk draws. Like that's how he comes back and stuff. He
that's
has
the immortal Hulk, right?
That's
But like, no, Kang isn't the big bad. Kang is not the Thanos.
He's a Loki.
Is the Ultron.
He'll be there for a bit. He might stick around for a little while, but he won't be the main villain.
Well, considering that Kang is also one of those annoying characters where he's both a villain and a hero, he could essentially just be the Loki, the one who like is the main villain in the first Avengers movie, and then eventually solidifies his role as a helpful person.
So what you're thinking is like going to be a thing is like Kang like a good version of Kang like might die like Loki did with Thanos, but
exactly, because like it's a common thing that I'm seeing. Everyone's happy that Kang's coming in, but just because he keeps being sprinkled around doesn't mean that Kang is the big bad. He is not the big bad.
Yeah, because I thought Ultron was going to be a much bigger deal than what they presented, and then he just wasn't. Yeah.
And then they did What If, and he was a fucking threat.
Oh, dude, he like the one person who voiced Ultron, fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Wasn't it Alan Tudyk?
No.
Jeremy something.
Oh, it was fucking Mr. Reddington from
Raymond
Blacklist.
Reddington. Yeah.
Jeremy Spencer, something like that. Yeah.
I think so. He's a fucking great actor as well.
Yeah, amazing. I would love. That's what I would love for Thor to bring in Null, because and then you could have, if you have that as a threat sort of thing, and then you could probably bring in Spider-Man and Thor and Venom potentially as well to go fight.
See, by God, if it's not Galactus, the next big bad. Fucking Null.
Yeah.
Null literally has an entire comic book arc that is tearing up the MCU. If not Galactus, Null.
Yeah.
They're Kang is fucking great and he's very pivotal, but at the same time there are bigger threats than him. And I mean, obviously, quote me if I'm wrong.
God. Could you imagine if at the end of all of this, the big bad of the entire MCU, this MCU is Modoc?
Oh my lord.
Okay. No, in a passion. Please, I would love to see Modoc in the MCU. However, make him a fucking Ultron or a Loki. Don't make him a big bad. I will fucking cry.
Squad.
Dude, fucking imagine. They're like, oh yes, we've done all of this work. Oh yeah, we've stopped all these big villains. Kang the Conqueror, Null the Symbiote King, and the big bad is fucking AIM. And it's fucking Modoc and AIM. It's like, yes, I'm going to take over the world with my fucking technology because I'm big brain.
I'm just going to say this. If it's not Galactus, if it's not Null, and if it's not Kang, Maestro.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, actually.
Maestro would be... Honestly, Maestro would be such a perfect, big bad, because, think of, okay, so do you know who Maestro is?
I'm trying to remember. Try and familiarize.
Okay, so Maestro is one of the many egos of that the Hulk has.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, this is like the Hulk, Professor Hulk, Clark,
Bruce Banner.
Okay, so it's another Homelander thing where the hero is actually bad.
No, not kind of, but no. Maestro is a Hulk that is as strong as Hulk, but but
Isn't
also
he
has
just full ego.
Yeah, I think it is like he has like Bruce Banner's like mind sort of thing, but it's the Hulk's personality. Like
It's basically if Professor
Hulk was much stronger
and more brutal.
and heavily sinister.
Yeah, exactly. Basically King Hulk.
Yeah,
I feel like it won't be like give him a whole movie, but I feel like they'll try and do like with Hulkbuster, they bring him out for a second and then just
No, you can't do that with Maestro.
Maestro is literally a pivotal MCU villain that deserves at least a full movie or a Thanos treatment.
Yeah, and then it's just like, and like if you you could do like that could be like a Hulk redemption-ish sort of thing. Like, you know how
Planet Hulk.
Yeah, you know, like Hulk gets bodied by Thanos, but like this Maestro character can body most of the people anyway. So it's like,
Right. I mean, you're not far off. And there's another spoiler warning for She-Hulk. Have you guys seen She-Hulk? I know you said She-Hulk.
no.
no,
First episode,
I have
yeah.
not. I'm
Okay,
not looking too much,
Okay.
but yeah.
Well, there's like the first 5. Do you mind the first 5 seconds?
No.
Okay, so basically, first 5 seconds. Basically, a ship from Sakaar drops down, and
I remember that.
Yeah. There's no other reason for a ship all the way from Sakaar to come down to Earth to find the Hulk, other than his son Scar.
Scar. Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that for a while. There is a chance, since R.I.P. Thunderbolt Ross, the actor passing away, we don't have Red Hulk. But the fact that Scar, that someone from the planet Scar is on Earth can only mean one out of many things, but one thing pivotal. Scar's coming.
Scar versus Scar.
Scar versus She-Hulk.
Either that or they'll use Abomination.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Scar versus Abomination. But like, I feel like down the road, because it was so fast, and no one. I realized, because as soon as I saw the ship, I was like, "What the fuck ship is that?" And then like they do say it in the show, like Hulk's basically like, "Oh, a ship from Sakaar came."
We'll get something even better. We'll get Hulk and the Agents of Smash live action.
Finally. But like, I've been meaning to. I want to talk about that. Scar might be coming to the MCU.
That'd be sick.
On She-Hulk, and then he gets bodied straight away.
No.
I mean,
But like, here's the thing: if they bring Maestro in, they could also bring Scar in, and then they could fight. That could be like
exactly.
That could be like the. I mean, like, I don't like to compare it to this. That could be the Captain Marvel Thanos moment sort of thing, like,
But good.
Exactly.
but like good, yeah.
There's so much
Scar
more to
versus
do.
Maestro, because like, how do you defeat a Hulk? You get another Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like, I'm not saying anything about like, it's basically after the Batista incident, I'm scared of like actors who
Dropping out.
like who are of a certain age and are too scared. And I feel like since the actor and She-Hulk in general is of not an old age, God forbid, but like since they're at that age, there's not a lot of runtime for them in this long spanning thing. But the inclusion of Scar, that means like a longer running Hulk. We still get the Hulk. Granted, it's still the weakest Hulk, but like it's still a Hulk nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I that's the one thing I was excited about for the She-Hulk series was that, okay, with MCU, they're trying something new. Also, the inclusion of the other Hulks, like, Red Hulk, Scar, all them. Probably just, I'm turning into the interview now. Like, are you guys liking what the stuff that's coming out of the MCU, and like, what would you want to see?
As I've said before, Squirrel Girl would be amazing.
Yeah.
Maestro or Null, that would be great. But like something I just like thought of sort of thing. If they're gonna make another Spider-Man movie sort of
They're
thing,
making 3.
if they
Miles Morales, please.
yeah, Miles Morales, yes, but also
Sony says no.
also like they could bring like Doctor Strange sort of thing into it as well for a Venomized universe.
Oh,
Like, and then that's how they incorporate Venom into it because Venom will know how to deal with like this Venomized universe, and then you can have like Venomized Hulk, Venomized Iron Man, Venomized.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It'll be fucking.
I feel
sick.
like that'll be good as a one shot. I would.
That
love
would
to
be
see it,
that would be
but
an amazing series. Think about it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's the Rick and Morty episode where everyone got sick and it turns into like a apocalypse.
Me personally, who I want to, they're very fucking abstract, and my friends hate me for it.
The Disney Plus series would be called Symbiotic.
That would be fucking beautiful. But in terms of who I want to see in the MCU, mine are very abstract, and I always find it funny.
I mean, apart from Deadpool.
Apart from Deadpool, but like mine are really abstract. Literally, Quasar, the original Captain Marvel, the very first Captain Marvel, Captain Britain. And not for any other reason other than the fact that he's fucking Captain Britain. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's gonna colonize people.
Well, like, and obviously Miles fucking Morales.
Yeah.
And like that's mainly it. And the
Sony
Fantastic Four are
still
in,
says
so
no.
I don't need to ask.
Sorry, I just got a message from Sony. They still said no.
Fuck you so
God damn it!
blue balling me.
I would love to see, of course, the writing and shit getting better. I've been complaining about. You scream, yeah, I'm an up and coming playwright, and that's my thing. But also more magical elements, because Grace Randolph did bring up a good point with the Fantastic Four coming in. The MCU's been very lopsided with science-y space stuff. You want more I want more magic, more anti-hero stuff, which, Blade is coming, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I want Dormammu to make a return because like they teased him sort of thing. It's like,
his daughter's in the MCU now. At the end of Multiverse of Madness.
Oh shit! I haven't seen that.
The post-credit scene.
Oh yeah.
Go watch
cool.
Multiverse. It is.
Yeah.
It is a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah, it's definitely a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah. No. Anyone else that I can think of?
The Midnight Suns.
Punisher.
I would love to see the Midnight Suns. They're fucking amazing. Supernatural. Like, I know that Morbius is owned by fucking Sony, for fuck's sake.
Morbius is,
but like we've still got
terrible.
We've still got Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Punisher, Daredevil, and Blade.
So Sony's thing is just making movies for like Spider-Man villains, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else they can do.
Oh god, I saw like a scene with like Vulture and Morbius, and it's like, I don't know why I'm here. Something to do with Spider-Man. I think I was like, oh my fucking
That was
god.
fake. That was fake.
Oh,
but
thank
it's
fuck.
Yeah, like he
really
actually
funny.
said Morbius. It's Morbin.
It's when he morbs out, that is like the peak of fucking.
The thing is,
Morbius.
I remember just watching a little bit of Morbius. There were some cool ideas that they played with. I love the visual aspects of Morbius floating, like flying, I guess you could call it, around the city, and it was like visually impressive. It's just everything around it was a bit average.
The writing was garbage. Jared Leto was the main star. They got Matt Smith though. Matt Smith is fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm still on my train of David Tennant as Constantine though, but like
Still, and after that, no, yeah, you're fucking right. Like
Yeah.
David Tennant as Constantine. Like I did say, like, does he look good in blonde hair? But at the end of the fucking day, no, you're right. Doesn't fucking matter if he does blonde hair, as long like he'd fit. And I also found a TikTok that basically said like along the lines that it doesn't matter if the actor doesn't look exactly like in the comics, as long as they fucking sell it.
Yeah.
But
And
they
that's
made the
like a
Human Torch
50-50.
black. What the hell?
Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch was the worst decision they made, but not because Michael B. Jordan's a bad actor, because it didn't make fucking sense that the father was black but the sister was white.
Yeah.
One of y'all is
That's
adopted.
not how mixed races work.
It's not.
A note from POC people.
They need to bring. I'm not sure if they've done it in like Agents of Shield or whatever, but I feel like they did. Or did it or whatever. I want Ghost Rider.
Yes, you're right. They did bring that into the
Yeah.
into Agents of Shield, but like,
Did it work?
You're not. I haven't seen it, but it looks. The CGI looks extremely fucking good. Like he does. Good. I think it's Sammy Reyes.
I don't know.
No, like what is that the name of the Is that the name of a Ghost Rider?
I don't know. The one that most people associate with is Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, but like there's the modern one, which I think his name is Sammy Reyes.
Is he like a Latino character?
Yeah. That's the Ghost Rider that's in Sammy Reyes. Yeah. He's the younger Latino one.
Bro, that would be so cool. Like he's Day of the Dead. He just comes riding on. That would be so dope to see, bro.
It'd be interesting. I do love Ghost Rider, and I'd love to see him in the MCU.
Especially what's the demon's name?
Lucifer.
Sorry, I thought of MVCI and I thought Firebrand.
The one that he made the deal with. You mean?
No, not Mephisto. The demon that is Ghost Rider.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
He rode the horse in the first movie. He rode the horse in the first
It's
movie.
literally, I know what you're talking about. It's the name of Ghost Rider going down. I'll
Yeah.
see if I can give it a look. But like, I know what you're talking about. Ghost Rider.
Eddie, what's the name of Ghost Rider's devil, Eddie?
It's dude.
Ghost Rider double name.
It's not.
Wait, Ryan,
It only says Mephistopheles, also known as Rock.
No.
Hey Ryan, I hear you do a pretty good Venom impression.
That is a red one.
I guess it's not too bad.
Yeah. Did you hear that from Patrick?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean us. We are going to die.
Maybe you should have been the blind in Little Shop. Who knows?
We're not going to talk about that.
But yeah, I can't find it. It only says Mephisto. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I think it starts with an S. I'll bring it back in the next episode.
Yeah.
But thank you, Michael, for jumping on for this episode. That was
Fuck, we've taken up a lot of time.
yeah, dude. These episodes usually do. Yeah, it was awesome having you on. So thank you guys so much for listening. And before next week, I will try and get you the name of Ghost Rider's demon. And until then, take it easy, guys. Bye bye.
Love ya.
Bye.
Da, 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 da.